I remember all the recruiters' names that told me no. I remember all the Elite 11 guys that got chosen over me. So I remember all that stuff. I keep a mental log of it.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 rejected athletes that became successful.
Is that the rejection that hurt the most, Vatek? Would you like to tell them to eat it right now on television? Feel free.
For this list, we're looking at athletes who overcame the odds despite being doubted. You'll be surprised by some of the famous athletes who were cut from teams, faced adversity, or were told they wouldn't amount to much. Which famous athlete is the most inspirational to you? Be sure to share with us in the comments below. Number 10, Stan Smith.
You know, some people think I'm a shoe.
Oh, really?
This tennis superstar was such a powerhouse in the game that he inspired an iconic line of shoes that is still popular decades after his retirement. However, it wasn't love at first sight for Smith in the sport of tennis. When he was a young player, the future #1 player in the world applied for a job as a ball boy. Officials rejected Smith because he was too clumsy for the job. Smith outgrew his klutziness in spades and went on to be both a singles and doubles champion, as well as a legend among sneakerheads.
Well, Stan Smith shoes are possibly one of, or if not the most iconic shoe that you'll see on anyone's foot.
Number 9, Dennis Rodman.
That's me, that's Dennis Rodman. I'm not trying to please anybody.
One of the most eccentric players to ever step on the court, Rodman was a defensive behemoth.
He's a pest, shutting down whoever he wanted to. It was always a challenge. He was one of them players that had changed the game just by his presence.
However, the 5-time NBA champion did not start out as a promising prospect. In high school, Rodman could not even make a layup, and he was ultimately benched or cut every year. He also tried his hand at football and was also rejected there. Rodman had a late growth spurt after high school and gave basketball one more shot. This time, the sport stuck. Rodman went from not even playing in high school to being a back-to-back NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
I wanted this one so bad.
All right.
Sometimes being a late bloomer can work in your favor. Number 8, Orel Hershiser. This 3-time All-Star and World Series champion was such a formidable pitcher that he pitched a record-setting 59 straight innings without allowing a run.
Fly ball to right and a semi-check swing. Gonzalez, the record. Orel Hershiser, 59 consecutive innings, scoreless. The all-time record.
However, Hershiser was not always a superstar. In fact, when he was younger, the future Cy Young Award winner was cut from teams in both high school and college. His scouting report for the 1979 MLB draft stated that he had a weak fastball and poor control. But the Los Angeles Dodgers still drafted him in the 17th round. Less than a decade later, Hershiser proved those scouting reports wrong by winning the World Series MVP in 1988.
Got him! They've done it! Like the 1969 Mets, it's the impossible dream revisited.
Number 7, Johnny Unitas.
Nobody even knew his name when he first got there. Unitas was how he was first introduced.
The Golden Arm is best known for setting records and winning championships, but his professional career didn't look very promising early on. Before what was supposed to be his rookie season even began, he was cut from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Unitas worked in construction in order to support his family and played semi-professional football for $6 a game on the weekends.
The team played on a junior high school field, littered with broken glass and coated with oil to keep down the dust.
Basically, it was like pickup games. You know, you'd practice maybe once a week. Half the guys didn't have full uniforms. You'd wear old army boots to play, and if you didn't have shoes, that kind of stuff.
After borrowing gas money to carpool to a tryout, Unitas joined the Baltimore Colts in 1956.
It was an exhibition game, and here comes this clown out on the football field, and he looked like Humpty Dumpty, and he had an old jersey pulled up with rubber bands holding the sleeves up, and you just knew that they were going to keep this guy, whoever he was, and all of a sudden he was zipping here, zipping there. Who is this guy?
Unitas went from being cut to being a 3-time MVP and winning the 1958 NFL championship game, which many consider the greatest game ever played.
Congratulations. I have never seen a greater job in any football game, pro or college, in my life, John. It was just stupendous.
Number 6. Kurt Warner. This Super Bowl champion MVP had a rocky start to his NFL career. Despite earning accolades when playing in college, Warner went undrafted in the 1994 draft.
Yeah, I wanted to get drafted like everybody else. Yeah, I wanted to be the number one drafted, but my whole goal was just to play. And I didn't care how I got there. I didn't care who picked me up. I just wanted the opportunity to play.
He was invited to the Green Bay Packers training camp, but was ultimately cut. Warner made ends meet by stocking shelves at a local grocery store. He played in the Arena Football League and NFL Europe before landing with the St. Louis Rams.
The once anonymous quarterback steered an explosive offense that would be dubbed the greatest show on turf, passing for over 4,000 yards and 41 touchdowns, en route to MVP honors.
Warner hit the ground running in the NFL and led the Rams to a Super Bowl championship in 2000.
The St. Louis Rams are the world champions.
Warner was named the league's MVP twice and is considered the NFL's greatest undrafted player of all time.
Here's a guy who could have easily been somebody we never knew about. And for all we know, there's another Kurt Warner who is still bagging groceries. You know, maybe he's in produce now.
Number 5. Carmelo Anthony.
Crowd getting on its feet. 5 seconds. Anthony fires the three. Bang! Carmelo Anthony ties the game with 2.3 remaining.
He is one of the most prolific basketball players in history, but he wasn't a shoo-in for his high school varsity team, where he was cut as a freshman. Melo hit a growth spurt over the summer, solidifying his place on the varsity team. Despite being cut as a freshman, Melo was considered one of the nation's best high school players, and even won the Sprite Slam Jam dunk contest.
Don't take any, oh my God, off the backboard. And he rams it through.
Anthony only played one season in college, leading Syracuse to its first NCAA championship before being drafted 3rd in the NBA draft. Melo went from being cut to being a 10-time All-Star and 3-time Olympic gold medalist. Now, that was one impressive growth spurt. Number 4, Muhammad Ali.
I am just like oxygen. I'm just like oxygen. I'm all over the world.
He's called the greatest for a reason, but believe it or not, many believed he wouldn't stand a chance in the ring. This is in part due to the tale of the tape, a system used to compare several traits of combatants who were set to face each other, including weight, height, and age, among others. At the time, it was also used as a test to see which athletes were deemed, quote, natural boxers. Reportedly, Ali failed across the board.
You, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
But he went on to prove that it didn't mean a single thing. He became one of the most revered and transcendent athletes in all of sport, leaving behind a legacy that will never be forgotten.
I told you today, I'm still the greatest of all time. Never again defeat me. Never again say that I'm going to be defeated. Never again make me the underdog until I'm about 50 years old. Right. Then you might get me.
Number 3, Tom Brady.
He's one of the great competitors, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game.
Sure, he's arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. But did you know that Brady is also regarded as the biggest draft steal in NFL history? Because of his poor NFL scouting combine performance, the 3-time MVP was picked by the New England Patriots in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL Draft at number 199.
It was just a tough day, you know. I just remember being there with my mom and dad. Sorry about that.
Despite being drafted so late, Brady has gone on to be a record-setting powerhouse in the NFL.
Brady worked his way up to being Drew Bledsoe's backup. And when Bledsoe went down, just like at Michigan, Brady was ready.
With more than 200 career wins, 10 Super Bowl appearances, 7 Super Bowl wins, and 5 Super Bowl MVP accolades, Brady is the winningest quarterback in NFL history. Not bad for number 199.
How about that? Check to local initiative support.
Number 2, Lionel Messi.
They call him the flea because he was so little, but I think he's the flea because you can't catch him.
La Pulga is known as one of the greatest current players in the world, if not one of the best footballers of all time. However, his career was almost over before it even began. When he was just 11 years old, Messi was cut from his junior team due to his short stature. His small frame was caused by a hormone deficiency that was not fully treated. When the club decided not to cover expenses for the medication required to treat it, Messi was out. Despite this setback, Messi climbed the ranks in the football world to secure a senior team contract with FC Barcelona on his 18th birthday.
Having joined Barcelona aged 13 and started training with the first team while still barely a teenager, Messi now holds their records for the most games, goals, assists, wins and titles.
Today, Messi stands proud at 5'7" and has won the European Golden Boot a record 6 times.
There have been legends of the game before him, and others will doubtless follow. But for now, quite simply, has there ever been anyone better?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Michael Jordan.
There's nothing he would not do to get himself to the place where he's going to beat you.
Widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time, his airness led the NBA in scoring for 10 seasons during his career. Like other great players, however, Jordan had to wait for his chance to shine. As a freshman in high school, Air Jordan tried out for the varsity team, but his 5'11" frame kept him from making the team. After being a star on the junior varsity team and hitting a growth spurt, Jordan finally made the varsity team. After high school, Jordan won the NCAA championship with the North Carolina Tar Heels.
The time, 18. Shot, Jordan, Michael Jordan.
He was picked 3rd in the 1984 NBA draft and went on to win 6 championships, 6 Finals MVP awards, and 5 league MVP accolades. Even GOATs have difficult starts sometimes.
I think he's the most competitive person I've ever met. Michael is very competitive, whether it's basketball or shooting pool or whatever you're playing, cars or whatever, that he wants to win. And I think that's what separated him from most athletes, that drive and that desire to win all the time.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.